Hello everyone and welcome to the Somco Software Cute Quick Item of the Week. Today we'll talk about the dial. Dial is a round control that lets users set a value by dragging a handle. It is a simple way to change things like volume, brightness, speed or temperature on a touchscreen or with a mouse. By the end of this episode you will learn how to build a custom dial like this one. Polished control that still fits a real product UI. We will show you how the dial works and how to change its looks with the same QML ideas you can reuse in your own project. Before we start, we are Somco Software, an embedded software development company. In Somco Software, we build real products with multiple GUI frameworks. We specialize in Qt and LVGL. Check our channel for amazing tutorials, and if you want to work with us, reach out. We can help you with any topic related to embedded software. Now let's go back to the video. Let's create our first dial. The dial already works. We can drag it with mouse. The look of the control depends on the style Qt picks for your operating system. If you only write import Qt quick style, Qt often picks the native style for your operating system. On macOS, the dial can look like other macOS controls. You can also choose a style so the UI looks the same on every machine. In this series, we import basic style on purpose. One steady look for the demos and no surprises from the OS theme. The most important property is value, which reflects current value of a dial. From sets the minimum value and to sets the maximum value. Right now our dial starts from 0 and goes to 100, and we set the current value to 50. Now let's connect the dial with text to see better dial value. This is very common in real apps. When the user moves the dial, the text updates automatically. This is the power of property binding in QML. Another property is stepSize. It controls how much the value changes. To see that, we also have to assign a snapMode. Now the dial jumps by 10. This is useful when you want fixed levels. Previously mentioned, snapMode works together with stepSize. It picks when the value locks to a step. We have three snap modes. Dial snap always, the handle snaps to the nearest step while you drag. Dial snap on release. While you drag, you can sit between steps, but when you let go, it snaps to the nearest step. And dial no snap. No snap to the grid. The value moves smoothly between from and to. Another property is pressed. Pressed tells us when the user touches the dial. Here the background color depends when dial is pressed. This is very useful for feedback and animations. Small details make UI feel better. Now let's talk about input mode. Input mode changes how the dial reacts to movement. I created three dials that have three different input modes. Dial circular is the default mode. In this mode, the mouse position sets the value directly. This is fast and not really precise. Dial horizontal uses left and right movement. This is good for small changes. Dial vertical uses up and down movement. This is also good for small changes. For safe controls, use horizontal or vertical mode. For fast controls, use circular mode. Now wrap property. Wrap allows the dial to continue from the end back to the start and so on. With wrap enabled, it behaves more like a real hardware knob. Very useful for embedded systems. Now we start customizing the dial. We replace the default background with this rectangle. This is where QML becomes really powerful. You can fully change the look of controls. Now we customize the handle. The handle is the moving part of the dial. You can use rectangle, image or even text. This gives you full freedom for your product design. Here is a polished dial, the kind of look that you can ship in real product. We added custom background, custom handle, glow effects, animations, and scaling effect. This looks much more premium. And the best part is that QML makes this very simple. You can build beautiful UI with very little code. And that's it for today's episode. Now you know how to use the QML Dial component. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe. Tell us in the comments what QML item we should cover next. If your team needs help with embedded projects, visit us, link in the description. So now, thanks for watching and I see you in the next episode. Cheers!